Good Monday morning, folks. Coming to you to bring you something special this morning. This is Fourth Reich, Pyramid versus the Mutants for Control of the World. This game is a strange game. It came out by Task Force Games. One of the more odd titles Task Force Games came out with, and that's saying something. But it's based on a book by a fellow by the name of a science fiction author by the name of Norman Spinrad. Norman Spinrad was a Jewish writer who wrote a book called The Iron Dream. And the Iron Dream was the idea that Hitler's politics never took off in the Weimar Republic, and he came to the United States to become a science fiction pulp science fiction writer, and it was really a take on the idea of, during the 1950s especially, a lot of these science fiction writers in the U.S. having these fascistic ideas. It was a commentary on that, science fiction writing more than anything else. But this is what this is based on. And if we look at it here, it's a Pyramid versus the Mutants for Control of the World. It's recreate the struggle for control of the world in the far-fetched future. Hordes of hideous mutants led by evil near-human controllers swarm across the planet. Nearly 2,000 years after the Great Fire, a genetically pure man, Max Hettler, has come forward to lead a crusade against the mutants. Geld, the Pyramid's homeland, is besieged by the evil mutant hordes. The Pyramid must strike quickly or be engulfed by the ever-increasing mutant armies. The outcome, victory or death, will determine if our future world is mutant or human. So, that's what we're dealing with here. That's the premise of the game. Let's open it up and take a look. This is when, I think, 1984, I think? 82, 84, one or the other. I had looked it up, but I kind of forgot. Task Force Games does. I do like those. They're small, but I like the sharp edges. It gives you a nice roll. Look at the counters. There's the counters. This is the horde counters. Mutants. And here the pyramid counters. You get the tanks. You got the so it's the masses versus the few disciplined troops. So counters. Yeah, it's one-sided. Yeah. Half-inch counters. Yeah, typical for Task Force Games and back in the day. And what do we got here? We got the map. Map's an interesting. I see Fourth Reich there. Here we go. What do we got? Yeah. So it's a Geld, but it's really just nothing but a map of Europe. So, it's just kind of mush, but that's what it is. You got Italy here, you got Greece down here. It's just a mush. You got the East, of course. There's your CRT. I always loved games that put, what you need on the map if it could fit. And the CRT on the map always been a good idea. Always liked that. Always dug that. Let's look at the instructions. Not a lot to it. I read this a couple years ago. Had this game for years and not played it. If you're going to ask me why have you had it that long and not played it, don't, because I have a bunch of other games that I haven't played. Bunch. It's 8 pages of rules. Yeah, not a lot to it, but it's just so darn interesting, so darn odd. Preparation sequence of play. You got the weather phase. I always like that. The Geld unit building phase. The controller unit building phase. The Geld first movement phase. Geld first attack phase. Geld second movement phase. Geld second attack phase. Controller first movement phase. controller first attack phase, controller second movement phase, and controller second attack phase. I like that. Have two movement and 2 attack phases. Weather, which I always love weather. You know, I think if you try to sim something, you always have weather in there. Railroad movement, transport, yeah. Solitaire game. I might have to play it solitaire if nothing else. It's a shame it hasn't been played. Like the map. It's a nice feeling map. I don't know. I think they did the maps right here. Just because it's lays flat. You don't really need plexi with it. Lays nice and flat. Pretty thick. Has a good feel. Has a weird little matte finish, I guess, that gives you a good feel. But yeah, there it is. Not much to it, but it's one of the stranger ones you'll see. 4th Reich. Alright, y'all. Y'all have a great day. Don't work too hard. Bye.